Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Happy New Year's, everybody. Doing this on the 1st of January, 2024. A lot going on. Hopefully had a good New Year's Eve. Good, safe New Year's Eve. Nobody getting too crazy out there, hopefully. Excuse me. Let's see. So much to go over. Let's see. My Raiders have been eliminated from making the playoffs. Can't say it's a total shock and surprise, but I'm pretty happy with what Pierce has done with the team. They probably need to hire a real offensive coordinator and look for someone else at the quarterback option, maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to tell because AOC is so inconsistent. And one week he looks amazing, one week he doesn't, and I expect that out of a rookie. But I'm gonna trust them to kind of make the final judgment call on that, because this entire time I was holding out any type of judgment because, like I said, he's a rookie, and you expect that type of play from a rookie. So I'm not saying it's bad, but we do need someone, even if in a backup scenario, we will need somebody. Because Garoppolo is going to be gone after the season, I think. They got to get rid of that fat paycheck and free up some room for more players. I mean, that defense looked stellar this year, though. Under Pierce's regime. Hopefully, Mark Davis gives him a serious look. And, we've seen this before with Bisaccia. And then they got rid of Bisaccia. Is it a temporary thing that kind of gets the players up and gets them playing to their full potential, or is it something that can be sustained long run? I'd like to see them stay with Pierce, just give some stability and kind of try to keep this momentum going. The players are very happy right now with them, and I'd like to see what he can do in the offseason. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the deal. I'd like to see him given another shot. What else we got? Tons of stuff in the news, man. We got some drama from Chris Jericho lately. I'm not gonna comment on that until I get all the facts. He made some drunken tweets. Really, maybe it's time for somebody to step in and have an intervention with this guy or something. I think he does have an alcohol problem. But he needs a layoff of that for a little while. But there's some very serious allegations against him right now, and we'll see how that comes to fruition. But I don't have any of the facts, so I'm not gonna comment either way. It could be just someone talking. It could be could be some validity to it. I don't know, but we've got that. I mean, and like I said, so much going on. We just had World's End with AEW. Which saw Samoa Joe becoming the new AEW heavyweight champion. And the devil was revealed as being Adam Cole. Can't say it's a total shock. I'm glad they went this route. Rather, it makes a whole lot more sense than giving it to Jungle Boy. Jack Perry, so much more happier with this type of situation. Wardlow makes sense because of the way he was treated in the past and the whole kingdom. It makes sense. I mean, you could have probably seen it coming a mile away. A lot of hints and whatnot were pointing towards Jungle Boy, which I'm so glad it was not. Like I said, I'm glad they included Wardlow, though. That makes complete sense. And then Samoa Joe is the new AEW champion. Kind of sad to see, even though I really, really like Samoa Joe. I'm gonna miss MJF as a champion, but rumor is MJF has some injuries that he needs to heal up, so he might be off television for a while. Unfortunately, he was one of the few things, if not the only thing, that was interesting on AEW television, so that's too bad. A lot of speculation that Swerve is eventually going to get the title too. We'll see. I think MJF returning as a babyface and chasing that monster heel could work. Could work. So we'll see. And when he does come back, he's going to get Monster Pop. He's been removed from the AEW website, yada, yada, yada. Sparking speculation that he's leaving. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think there's been any communication between him and WWE. I think they're just removing him from the website to further the storyline, to tell you the truth. Man, 2023 was what a wild year we had in wrestling. I mean, we had CM Punk returning to WWE at Survivor Series. We had the Usos breaking up. LA Knight got a huge push this year. Vince left the WWE, not necessarily of his own volition, but and recently, as within the last couple of days, I think or so, Kevin Dunn has gone from WWE. So kind of the last holdout from the Vince McMahon regime has gone his right-hand man. So good riddance to him, man. He did so much damage. I think WWE. It's good to see him going. I mean, done. Obviously without Vince, there would be no WWE. But then we had WWE getting sold to Endeavor. We had All In from AEW at Wembley with the controversial 80,000 attendance, which a lot of people dispute. I think even Tony Khan recently came out and said it was more like 79,000. I don't know what to tell you. Of course, at that All In, we had the horrible treatment of Punk and what happened to him, and then the altercation with Jack Perry. And Jack Perry hasn't been on TV since, and I'm quite grateful for that, to tell you the truth. But we had Sting announcing his retirement. His last match is going to be this year. Like I said, watching it in real time, it was really kind of bittersweet because that's something I wanted to see happen in the WWE. I didn't want to happen in AEW, a second-rate promotion like that. And then, unfortunately, we had a lot of deaths this year. A lot of deaths. We had Bray Wyatt's death on 8/24. Jay Briscoe's death on in January 17th. Terry Funk, that was in August, right around the time that Bray had died. We had the Iron Sheik, Billy Graham. And let's give Billy Graham his due. Both those guys actually were so instrumental in the career of Hulk Hogan. Both Iron Sheik and Billy Graham, because I remember when Hulk Hogan ran out and took the title off of Sheik and everything, and and if even Hulk Hogan himself has basically said that without Billy Graham there would be no Hulk Hogan, because so much of his character was taken from Billy Graham. I mean, his character was kind of a mishmash of Graham and Dusty Rhodes with a whole lot of Billy Graham. And without Billy Graham, we might not have even had a Hulk Hogan. So, let's see, we had the Bushwhacker Butch, the Droz dies here. Wow. I think we had, was it Lanny Poffo? Jeez. Like I said, a lot of a lot of deaths this year. Jeez. And of course we had Jerry Jarrett. Jerry Jarrett really doesn't get the recognition that he kind of deserves. I think his son Jeff kind of takes some of the bloom off of the rose kind of thing. But he was so instrumental with a lot of things that happened within the territories around Memphis and Nashville, and just so instrumental with so many things that had happened. Jeez, like I said, really doesn't get the respect he deserves. I think that's kind of some of that might be from some of the stink from Jerry Jarrett kind of thing, but he was extremely instrumental in the history of professional wrestling and in the Mid South United States. Like I said, aside from that, we had NWA signing with CW, and then literally blowing the deal with a segment on one of their pay-per-views that involved what was perceived as being cocaine. It wasn't, obviously, but that's why I say literally blowing the deal. Alexa Bliss had her baby. We had Liv Morgan getting arrested recently with some cannabis, I believe, in some synthetic cannabis found within her car. They're saying now that might not have been hers, and it might have been one of the other wrestlers that she rides with. Either way, it's not a good look. But like I said, there was a lot that worse things people have been arrested for in the wrestling industry, and I'm sure when she comes back from her injury, she'll won't face any repercussions from that. Really. We had Tammy Sitch getting sentenced to 17 years for manslaughter in Florida. I still think that was light on her behalf. I'm sorry. We had the whole WWE creating the new belt and Seth Rollins winning it. We had an event that I enjoyed, but I was happy to see. But a lot of people a lot of the mainstream audience, a lot of people in their WWE fans, unfortunately, didn't recognize Nick Aldis. I like this guy. I mean, he was great as the NWA champion. Seeing him in this role as a commissioner, I think suits him very well, and I'm hoping that they get him in the ring soon. To tell you the truth, I think that'd be great. We had boy, like I said, I could go a couple hours at least on the show today, but we had Jade Cargill left AEW and signed with WWE. I'm still looking forward to seeing her wrestle. I think they're polishing her up at the training center and removing some AEW bad habits from her, probably. We had Mercedes Moné signed with New Japan. Sami Zayn leaving the Bloodline, and Jey Uso leaving the Bloodline. We had the Uso split up, which I mentioned before. We had a great WrestleMania this year. I really thought this was one of the better WrestleManias, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And I apologize if you hear my dog Sadie in the background barking. She must be barking at one of the cats. We have a couple of cats that she does not get along with. So it's I shouldn't say she doesn't get along with them. They don't get along with her. They hate her. Like a lot of cats hate a lot of dogs. They're not happy with her. So, and she can be a pain in the butt sometimes. She thinks that the kittens are her puppies, so she likes to pick them up and move them around, which a lot of the cats don't appreciate. But yeah, I mean, I know I blew through that list really quickly, but we had a lot happen in 2023, and that by no means is a complete listing. That not even remotely close. A lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff yet to happen. The AEW thing kind of with the situation at MJF, it's getting harder and harder for me to watch AEW every week, and now I'm down to watching just Dynamite on Wednesday nights. And whereas I used to watch every show, I used to watch Collision, whatnot. It's getting harder for me because it just doesn't hold my interest as much, and it's like I feel like I should be getting paid to watch their shows now, which is not good because they have a ton of really good talent. Oh, I should say, Eddie Kingston got the first Triple Crown winner in AEW. Congratulations to him. I like Eddie Kingston. I just don't know what they want. They get him red hot and then they keep him off the air, and I don't know what the heck they're trying to do booking wise with him, but I think he is such a great promo. I mean, in the ring, he's not a great wrestler. I'm sorry, but man, does he have such an amazing promo. There's a guy that I think, and I hate to say this, I know a lot of people, kind of pin the work ethic thing on him. I mean, but there's a guy I think if he had committed himself a little bit harder in the ring itself, he could have been huge. Just his personality is so huge, and every promo he does feels real. It feels awesome. So kudos to him. Oh, and I forgot. Punk had his first match in WWE on, a week ago, was it? So, and defeating Dom, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got his first win, his first W as a WWE, back as a WWE guy. Before I forget, before I go any further, I want to send out congratulations to Don Tony, Kevin Castle. After years of breaking up, splitting up, and then kind of getting together part time, they're going to start doing the show full time again. I'm just hoping that Castle doesn't burn out on this, and I don't know. From what I've seen so far, Don Tony could be pretty driven, so I hope things work out this time. I do enjoy their shows, and the Don Tony Kevin Castle show is one of the shows that was instrumental in me wanting to do podcasting and me just listening to podcasts in general. I hope that Kevin Castle's still gonna do some shows with Wrestling Soup though, because I really enjoyed the chemistry and the interactions between him and Missionary. So I'm hoping that he still does Wrestling Soup, but I wish them absolute best of luck, and I hope that it works out this time. And from what I understand, they're going to be splitting the money 50-50. Hope they make lots of money and do a good job. I'm looking forward to the shows. So congratulations to them and kudos to them. And like I said, I hope that Kevin still remains interactive and with Wrestling Soup, because I do enjoy his work on there too. We also had Iron Claw open up on Christmas. I have not seen this yet, unfortunately. I have not been to movie theater in a very, very long time. My wife will not go to movies, so it's harder for me to get out. But but so far the reviews are glowing on this, and they've on Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot. They've been excellent. So, but from both the critics and the fans, which is not something you see in general. Some of the primary critiques that I've seen, the actor who plays Ric Flair, from what I've seen, or from what I've heard, a lot of people are saying he's just absolutely horrible. So, I mean, everyone else in the film, from what I understand, has been cast very well, and they did a great job. So, So just that, if that is that minor thing, and that's kind of weird to have. It's kind of weird to have such a major character like that, and a major person that so many people are so familiar with, to be cast that poorly. So that's really interesting. Another criticism, one of the other criticisms I've seen so far was it Chris that was left out of the film? Like I said, I haven't seen the film yet, so I don't know, but one of the brothers was actually eliminated completely from the film, which is horrible. And and I've seen like the actor who plays Kerry Von Erich is about half the size of that Kerry was in real life. So I mean, there's another criticism, but other than that, from everything I've seen so far, as the reviews go, And this is a movie that I'm probably going to buy. As soon as this comes out on Blu-ray, I'm probably just going to buy it and watch it then. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to give any type of critique or review until then, but it's something I want to sit down and watch it. And I'm not worried about spoilers, obviously, because we know how tragic and how everything unfortunately works out with the Von Erich family, which is really sad. So it's not like I don't know what's going to happen. I do know just how are they going to portray it in the film. So, so those are some of the critiques, some of the criticisms I've seen so far online. Like I said, I'll hold out. Everything I've seen so far, as far as the clips, the vast majority of the actors have been absolutely amazing in this. From what I've seen, and the use of music and whatnot, I've heard one criticism was that there should have been more music from the 70s and whatnot. Like I said, I'll hold out that judgment until I see it. But another criticism I should say was that this should probably been made into a mini series, just because there's not enough time in a 2 hour plus movie to go over everything that happened in the Von Erich's life, and that's probably a valid critique. A ton of stuff happened, and to the people who are uninitiated, people who aren't wrestling fans, they're not going to understand a lot of what happened back with the NWA, with the World Championship and whatnot. So that's going to be a little tough for some of those people who are the quote unquote casuals to comprehend, because a lot of that stuff happened. It needs to be done in detail. Hopefully, people will see this and explore further and research some of the things that happened with the Von Erichs, and really give them their due, give them their flowers, because growing up, I really didn't see a lot of the Von Erichs. It wasn't until, believe it or not, my brother had gotten cable that I was able to see other federations outside of WWE, because local television, growing up in Connecticut, as you can guess, was WWE. That's all you saw. It wasn't until I got to, like I said, got to see on cable. Oh my goodness, there's Southwest, there's so many, there's WCW, there's so many other promotions. It really opened my eyes up to a lot of things. I got to see people like the Von Erichs, and then you slowly started seeing Von Erich. You saw Kerry show up in WWE briefly and whatnot. So you kind of got a little bit of a feeling about their impact, but you didn't get them on a grand scale that they had. So that's kind of where I was growing up with that. But hey, unfortunately, I'm running out of time. I only have about 5 minutes to go. Excuse me. Hopefully, like I said, everybody had a good New Year. If you're in the Western Tennessee area, check out Then and Now, and come check out our booth and purchase some of our products. And my wife has some handmade products there. Check us out on crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out on Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can help keep these lights on and help the show keep the show going. So check us out on Patreon.com, Crushing Kayfabe. Check us out on Twitter, all the regular sites, YouTube, etc., etc. Keep following us listening to us on Spotify and any major podcast areas where you get them. Still haven't been able to break through with Apple. There's some kind of weird billing thing going on. I don't fully understand what's going on there, but one day when I have some time, which is probably going to be never, I'll try to get onto there and figure it out. But aside from that, God bless your family, and hopefully you had awesome holidays, everybody. And prayers going out to Ukraine and to Israel, and once again, God bless and thank you.